did you come back to university in the UK or?
So this is the problem now. So when I hit 17, right, I'd been there for a couple of years, and it was a tough life. And like, how old are you, bro? I haven't even asked. How old are you,
I
roughly?
am 25.
You're 25. Okay, so you're a little bit younger than me. In those days, like, I support Liverpool FC, yeah, and inshallah this season, yeah.
Finally,
So
but it's been a long wait.
exactly, yeah, long way. So when I was a kid, I was in Pakistan, and I wanted to know the Premiership results. I would have to write a letter, a real letter, to my cousin, and 6 weeks later it would arrive there, and then he probably wouldn't be bothered to reply for another 2 months, and then it would take 6 weeks to come back to me. So it would take me about 4 months to find out if Liverpool are still in the top three, right? That's the kind of life we were living, right? And it's great because now, alhamdulillah, fast forward, last year I was in Pakistan, I was watching Premiership games there and everything. But my point is that it's such a different life. So in a way, I was appreciating it, but at the same time, I was like, I want to get back to UK, right? So at 17, I was like, Dad, look, if I'm going to go uni in the UK, I have to be resident in the UK. I have to get back like 3 years before uni. So what happened is the school I was there, they were doing O levels. So O levels are what we used to do before GCSEs, and O levels are actually done at 17. So what happened is I didn't do my GCSEs at 16. When it came to 17 years old, at that point, I was like, Dad, let me go back to England. And finally, he's like, okay, go back. Right?
Yeah.
So I arrived back in England, but I've got no qualifications, like zero. Okay. And at the same time, my parents are not here. I'm living with my uncle. So I'm like, I need to earn a little bit of money as well. So I've got no qualifications. I've got no job. Right. And I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Well, I know I have to get qualifications. I mean, for me, I was very confident at that time because I started to realize my potential was kind of there a little bit. And when you get a little glimpse, it's like when you go to the gym and you see your muscles grow a little bit, you're like, oh, wow, okay, maybe there's something here,
The gains are coming.
Yeah, the gains are coming, exactly. So for me, I started like looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, don't worry, I'm confident about college and stuff. But anyway, at 17, I was in the UK, I was broke, I had no money, I had no job, I had nothing, And I'm saying that specifically for the audience because I know there might be people in a similar situation, but I think what I had was a belief in myself. And I think that is so powerful and it can take you so far,
Definitely. So definitely 100%. And we're going to get into that a bit more soon. So when you were at uni, what did you study?
So what I did then is, because I was at 17, I had no qualifications. I went to college and I said, I want to do GCSEs. And they said, sorry, you cannot do GCSEs because you have not failed GCSEs, right? So GCSEs in college are only for those that fail. So they said to me, right, your option is if you want to do GCSEs, go back to school. I said, hell no, there's no way I'm going back to school, right? So anyway, I started doing something called GNVQ, right? Which is the people on the course, they used to call it going nowhere very quickly, right? Because GNVQ is like seen as lower than GCSEs and A levels, right? So even themselves, they felt like this was like a backup, right? So anyway, they call it GMVQ. I decided to focus on business and finance because that was always my kind of interest. I did that at intermediate level. I got distinction very easy. I did advanced level. I got distinction. Then I went to university. Alhamdulillah, at university, I did business studies with information systems and statistics. I realized the mathematics I was doing here at age 20 was stuff I did in Pakistan at age 15, So I just kind of breezed through it. Alhamdulillah, I got a first at university and stuff. And it was just, studying was a kind of a breeze after Pakistan, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, that definitely taught you the value of education.